who's going to pick the first round pick? I just don't understand what's going on with the process. I think at the end of the day, a lot of guys didn't feel appreciated for what they did. I don't think Tom felt appreciated for what he did. So we're back, another episode of the Dan and Ninko Show, a Super Bowl preview.
Taylor Swift Bowl.
Taylor Swift. Ugh, Taylor Swift. Anyway, let's not get into that. We got a lot of stuff to cover. I know I turned 40. I turned 40.
Getting old.
I know. I'm starting to get gray like you, and you're in 30s. You're in your 30s.
Yeah.
So,
well, I don't. You have gray. It's just you alter it.
I don't alter the grays.
Oh, shut up!
Ever.
Shut
I don't
up.
alter the grays. I don't. I got my Jordans on today. I'm feeling real Air Jordan-ish.
So you don't put like Just for Men gel in your.
No. Yes. No. Look it. You can see the color. You can see the
That's
color.
because you didn't put it in yet. You've admitted to it on this show, I think.
Let's move on. So in this episode, there's a bunch of shit that we need to get to.
The shit show of the New England Patriots? Want to start there?
No, like I just don't understand what's going on with the process. What is the process here? Isn't there supposed to be a process that when one coach leaves and the next coach comes in, there's usually a different coaching hiring process? This is probably the first time that obviously we've never seen it because it's been 20 something years, but the staffing and who's going to pick the first round pick?
You guys enjoying the show? There's a few ways that you can support the Dan and Ninko Show. First being subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Or you can become a super fan. Go to danandninko.com. First month is 50% off, so it's only $5 to subscribe. That gives you an exclusive chat with Ninko and I on Discord, access to exclusive content, 15% off our brand new merch store, which has some really cool stuff in it, our members only merch, and you get notified when we have special guests on the show. There's rumors are it's Elliott Wolf now because all these coaches that have been brought in, most of them have like that Elliott Wolf background.
And I like to listen to the radio on my way up and driving in. I listen to the radio and the talk radio, and I think they had 12 offensive coordinator interviews
at least, because Van Pelt was never even mentioned. I don't think it's an interview.
He was
and then all of a sudden they hired him.
12th interview.
Yeah, but I don't think he was ever. I never heard any talk about them actually interviewing him. There were so many other guys, and supposedly it was Cayley was like. I
think Nick Cayley was out.
He came in for a second interview.
Well, if you're Nick Cayley and you were with the Rams, you're with a good team, you're potentially going to look at a fit that has weapons.
Yeah, they
don't have really anything at the moment. If you're an offensive guy. What are the selling points now?
Yeah, we don't have a quarterback.
We have a third overall pick.
We don't have a quarterback.
That's good.
We don't have any wide receivers. We don't have any tight ends. We have no tackles.
We got a guard.
Our running back's okay.
We got a guard that's
guards are good.
Guard's recovering from a serious knee injury.
Our center's been a long time, but who knows if he'll want to come back.
Man,
we got a running back. Like that's what you got.
What would Fitzy say? You think he'd be optimistic? You think he'd be... We're going to be great.
No.
We're going to be
good. I don't see how you could. So, Van Pelt, it's very clear, wasn't the first choice, right?
Yeah, obviously he wasn't the first choice.
But how many people did they offer that turned it down?
Have you seen McAdoo?
Yeah, McAdoo's now like...
Have you seen his do? You see the different hairstyles of McAdoo?
Here, with him, though... The one thing he's really good at is identifying quarterbacks. He was known, I think it's the Josh Allen's Patrick Mahomes draft that he ranked them like 1 and 2.
I'm just curious on draft day.
Who makes the pick?
I'm curious as to who makes the pick, and there's going to be so many different scenarios where, say, a team wants to trade that third pick, you go back a little bit. Do you pick the best tackle available? Do you trade with do you trade with? I think that somebody was saying Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
Trade back to 11.
Trade back to 11.
Give them the third.
Yeah,
and
and
then,
you get like a first
Yeah.
and Justin Jefferson, like a future first and Jefferson. I would do that deal.
Justin Jefferson would be like, what?
Fuck.
Damn it.
Who the fuck's throwing me the ball?
I mean, they got a cool scoreboard, and they're going to play on grass soon, I guess, right? World Cup's coming.
Damn it. But who makes? We've talked about this before, and you said it was good because there'll be a committee. There's going to be the hands go up, and they're going to tally the votes of what to do. You have to have somebody.
Who wants vanilla?
Yeah, you have to have somebody though that it has the final pick in this whole thing.
It's going to be a bloodbath.
Well, the other thing too is you see that there's rumors they're going to make all the season ticket holders pay before the draft.
What? Why?
Because what if they take a fucking tackle with the number 3 pick? You're fucked. The team's fucked for years. Then
They take like a D tackle.
Yeah.
Is that not when they usually ask people to pay?
I don't know. I think
Season ticket holders?
there's going to be a lot of season ticket holders though that won't return.
Well, wasn't there like a waiting list? Wasn't there
Nah,
like a
not
long
anymore.
waiting?
Not anymore.
So if you want season tickets, you can just sign up for season tickets?
Yeah.
Hmm.
The waiting list is like how long it takes them to give you what sections they have.
Isn't that like the Red Sox sell out every game, but then you go to the game at the end of the
it's
year
over
and it's
there.
empty?
Red Sox are fucked too. Red Sox, it's crazy because like the Red Sox and the Patriots are like mirror images of each other right now.
Is that like a business model, you think?
It's gotta
Hey,
be.
We're making crazy amounts of money
Yeah.
no matter what.
Don't spend it.
Let's rake it in.
Yeah.
Just keep it for ourselves.
I mean, it's gotta be, right?
I-
I mean, no matter what, it's profitable, right? Like even if you sold
No,
like,
well, the TV rights and all that stuff
That's what I
just
mean.
continue to go up and up and up.
yeah. So if you drop your expenses down,
You're,
your profit keeps going up and up and up.
I mean, when you're worth like $11 billion, what
That's the thing I don't understand
like
is
what do
like
you? What else do you?
what's
the
if you're worth 11
what's
billion or
11
7
1
billion,
or 7 or
what's the
yeah?
difference?
It's you still got FU money.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
You still don't.
You
You're
think
like-
these guys would be competitive
You're an
and want
alien.
to win,
You're
right?
an alien.
Yeah.
You don't eat.
Well,
what
John
we
Henry
Eat.
looks like an alien.
You don't eat what we eat.
Have you ever seen John
You don't
Henry
live
lately?
how we live. You don't fly how we fly. You don't
Yeah.
drive how we drive.
Yeah. Get out of things that, most people go to like jail for.
I'm not going there. I'm not going in that direction.
But is it going to be weird this year for you, especially where you played in the league with all these guys that like Pete Carroll, Bill Belichick, and Mike Vrabel will not be a head coach in the NFL?
Yeah, I think it's weird. I mean, with Pete Carroll and Bill, they're old.
Yeah.
They're old. But Vrabel, I don't understand the Vrabel thing because Vrabel, he seems to be respected. The guys that played for him respected him.
He's too intimidating.
He's got too much hair on his chest.
Yeah,
He's
that's
too
what they said.
manly.
He's too big.
He's too big.
Too big.
So like Dan Campbell is too big. Hey
guess.
man, we're gonna go for it on 4th down, man. I don't care. We're gonna do it, man. Snap it to a Slim Jim, man. Can you imagine being Vrabel? Somebody says, "Hey man, you're a little too large.
You scare me.
You are 6'5". We were looking more for a Mike McDaniel size.
So you won't hit me when
a little smaller. So if we do tell you you're not doing your job correctly, you're not going to beat our ass, huh?"
Yeah. But here, I'm going to read you some names. And these
Okay.
guys are NFL coaches. And Bill Belichick, Pete Carroll, and Mike Vrabel aren't. Jonathan Gannon.
Who?
Jonathan Gannon, he's coach of the Cardinals.
I don't know anybody.
Raheem Morris now.
Yep.
Dave Canales, who was like a high school coach 4 years ago. Now he's the 6-year contract with the Panthers.
Dude, Panthers are just loving. just
Matt
giving money.
Eberflus.
Eberflus.
Mike McCarthy.
Mike McCarthy. When Mike McCarthy would wear his mask, remember when he had the COVID mask on? It was like flat.
Yeah.
Like it looked like the mask is his chin. Anyway.
Antonio Pierce.
Antonio Pierce, he's just a player's coach, so they're going to be terrible.
Dennis Allen.
Terrible.
Nick Sirianni,
I like Sirianni.
Todd Bowles,
Serviceable, good old player.
Brian Callahan.
Who?
He's a coach of the Titans now.
I don't know
He was
who
the
that
OC
is.
from the Bengals. And Dan Quinn,
Dan Quinn, respectable defensive guy.
head coach, though.
Wasn't he head coach before?
Yeah, he fucking choked you guys in the fucking Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Awesome. Thank you.
But those guys are head coaches, and the other three aren't.
It doesn't make sense.
The
Doesn't
Dave
make
Canales
sense.
thing makes no sense to me. The guy that with the Panthers that was like the
He's
Tampa offensive coordinator for a year.
But is this are these owners going towards this youth movement?
Yeah,
where
look
they
at all the
feel-
ages.
Okay, so hear me out. You are any team.
Yeah.
You have a GM in place who's, let's just say 40,
Mhm.
40 years old. Okay. You hire Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
He comes in as the head coach. The GM walks in and he says, "Hey, Bill, how are you doing?" No response. I want to talk to you about the top 5 guys that I think that we should really go after in this draft. Can I go through them? No response. Okay. He starts talking. So this first guy, I think he's going to be really good. I think he's going to be, big, strong player, play a long time in the NFL. No response. All right. Maybe I don't like that guy. Okay. Yeah. We're not going with that guy. Nope. Those top 5, take them off the list. Bill. I mean, Jesus Christ. There is a long snapper. There's a punter. I know you like special teams. Let's go with the special teams. I mean,
Left-footed punter.
I could see how he's got to be left-footed. Ball spins the opposite way. I could see how there would be a little bit of,
Yeah.
and then the owner. Think about the owner. You're the owner. You're a billionaire. Hey, Mike, I got a huge. You're the owner. Okay.
Yeah, but wouldn't you want the
And then
greatest
Bill
coach
comes
of all
in,
time?
and the owner sits down. And he goes, "I mean, what is this Mickey Mouse outfit you got going on here?"
Yeah.
And the owner's like, "Well, I mean, I have my business degree, and I've grown this billion-dollar industry thanks to the TV gods." Thank you,
It's like Tropic Thunder.
Thank
or,
you,
not
Direct
Tropic
TV.
Thunder.
Thank you for all you're investing in us. I mean, these owners, these guys. If you got old money, if you bought a team for $100 million, now you're freaking rolling in billions, just rolling in cash.
Hit the lottery.
Just you minions,
Yeah.
little minions.
But here you see the Boomer Esiason report now that's saying that that he has heard from sources within the NFL that are saying that Bill turned down the Falcons job.
Really, he turned it down.
Turned it down.
I mean, the dueling DJs. See Bill in there like gold chain out. Bill comes in like just iced up.
I could see that, like where they said, okay, we're gonna make you the offer, but this guy has to stay, this guy has to stay, this guy has to stay, and he just says, well, I don't want to fucking do that.
That's probably what happened.
That's what I mean.
It was probably I want full control.
I can't imagine you go to second interviews and not get.
I want
the
full.
offer.
I want full control. I mean, we're adults here.
Yeah.
What happens on the first date, second date?
Yeah.
It's done deal.
Yeah.
Usually second date, done deal. Bill probably saw a few things he didn't like, came back for the second interview, had a few questions probably on the first interview.
Yep.
Would I be able to have control? Can
Yep.
I fire people I don't like?
Yep.
Can I bring in my staff?
That's what I can see happening more of them not making him an offer, right? Because he was always linked to Atlanta. Like that's the only place he interviewed. He went for a second interview there. He was on Blank's boat and all that stuff. Like I think they made him an offer.
Where do you think they met? Where's his boat at?
I think it was in
West
Florida
Palm?
or something like that. Yeah.
Because I know Bill's got a spot in West Palm. He's probably down there right now. He's probably at Rachel's Steakhouse. Just
No, he's probably in Nantucket, isn't he?
right now?
Maybe in the Quincy
I'd be in
project
Florida. Oh,
down in Quincy right now.
ring cameras.
Yeah, ring cameras going off.
A little too chilly for him.
No, he likes it.
Tidbit nipply.
Likes it. Gets out
Likes
after.
the cold air.
Yeah.
Just
Cools you right
wakes
down.
you up.
Cools you right down.
night out of drinking. Yeah, I would assume that he's in Florida right now. He's got
Could be anywhere, right?
He's got buku bucks. Talk about loaded. He's loaded.
Well,
too.
he's loaded because he hasn't spent a cent, right?
What was he spending on?
He don't spend it on clothes.
He never leaves the facility. Doesn't spend it on cars. Did you get your Cherokee back?
No.
They have the car still?
Yeah.
It's in Florida.
I don't know where it is.
J.C. Jackson, you.
Just got to check ring cameras.
You got to put on the GPS
Put the
services. You got to ping that
Shut
thing.
it down.
Shut down a computer. Yeah, I mean, if you are Bill Belichick right now, you're going to collect all your money unless they had like...
Yeah, but he probably got paid on it, I'm assuming.
You think he got paid? You think
Maybe
he got paid
gave him, like,
off?
a discount, yeah.
Yeah, but if you have a big sum of cash, you want to keep the big lump sum of cash to like earn interest,
Yeah.
and then pay out. They want to make
plenty of
payments.
money. Yeah.
They want to make payments.
They gave him, but he's got plenty of money.
No, I'm saying, do you think that they lump sum hit him with a check?
I wouldn't be surprised if they lump summed him at like a lower amount, or we'll pay you the rest of it over 10 years.
I would love to just have, think about
He probably just took it over.
think
10
about Josh
years.
McDaniels. Like he's going to get paid for the next 3 years.
I know.
$40 million.
Do nothing.
Just freaking make sandwiches for your kids and draw up plays.
He's not getting any looks right now either.
I mean, I think that he probably had an opportunity to be an OC here.
Here?
Yeah,
You think they made him an offer and he said no?
I think so. He lives here. He's back here. His family never left.
How many people do you think turned down the OC job that they offered? If they interviewed, say, 12 people, like you offer it
Probably
to
half,
6,
probably 6 probably said,
yeah, fuck you.
I'm good.
Yeah,
I don't see, because when you go through the interview, I assume that it's a two-way process. You explain your philosophy, and then you ask questions on what do you see your offensive style looking like? Are you run first? Are you blah, blah, blah? And then you could just say, I'm good. I don't think that, having a Swiss cheese offensive line, no tight ends, no receivers is a good idea for me as an offensive coordinator. Because you could, now I don't know this for a fact, but the people that they hired, now there's retained coaches, so there's people that are going to come back.
not many of them.
No, anybody that was under contract, they're bringing back, except for
Was Steve under contract? Because he's now left. He's left and went to Washington.
I think Steve was under contract because Steve had just renegotiated before this previous year.
Yeah.
So he's probably under contract. He probably signed a 3-2. I don't know.
He just walked away from it to go to Washington.
That's a far flight.
Yeah. What do you think about that move?
That's tough. So I understand getting away from your dad. I understand that. Like moving on and trying to do your own thing. College though?
Yeah.
You got to deal with some asshole kid asking for $50,000 and it's like blue chips. I want myself a tractor with a bag of cash on the seat. I want a bag of cash. I want a cash. I want all 20s too. And then some singles. And then maybe
Or I'm going in the portal.
I want to go $5,000 in quarters just to really aggravate you.
So what do you think happened? Because, I mean, him and Mayo were close. You'd assume what the reports are coming out is Mayo put together the defensive plan each week, and Steve called all the plays game day. That was what happened.
I'm kind of surprised Mayo isn't. I thought that it would be Mayo as the DC. Like head coaches say, I'm going to call the plays defensively.
Yeah.
Or Steve, DC, Mayo, or like Steve is assistant head coach.
Yeah.
Calling the plays, and then they still do the defense together because they work well together. And then, Covington, maybe elevate him to something.
The DC.
No, I don't know, like somebody. They have all these stupid names.
Well, you could have
on
put
people
like Steve as the assistant head coach.
Yeah.
And then Covington as the DC. That's what I thought. Like when they moved Covington to the DC, I was like, okay, well, Steve will just become the assistant head coach.
So
and
now,
oversee
like
it.
the thing that could, listen, when you have your head coach getting interviewed to other places, there's a time frame to where you don't know if you're going to follow the coach that you're currently with.
But he was in there working as of like last week. Like right before he went to Washington, he was like in the building working.
Maybe it's just because I know coaching, like they want to continue to work. It's not good to take a year off.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they're getting paid, but
I just figured if he was in the building, like they had talked to him and put together a plan. Do you think that they made him an offer on something and he turned it down and just said, "I'm leaving"?
I have no idea. Like the timing of it's just a different, and that's what I was saying earlier. It's such a different process. Most teams, well, they've never done this before. Nobody's ever had the head coach in waiting. First of all, they couldn't. If it was me, for example, say I was drawed, it would have been illegal for them to do that with me.
No.
Yeah, you can do that?
As long as, so the way it works is that even if they were hiring Gerard Mayo, they would still have to satisfy the Rooney Rule, because it has to be an external candidate they have to interview. But they had a succession plan in place that was approved by the NFL. So when it's approved by the NFL, you don't have the Rooney Rule doesn't come into play.
I thought they would
or anything
have
like
to
that.
interview to be
not when it's
Rooney
an approved
Rule.
succession plan by the NFL.
Got it.
Yeah. So that's what they had in place. They already had in place that this was the plan. And there's rumors, too, about how last year or this past year that Mayo and Bill's relationship was not very good. There's rumors that, like, they didn't speak and stuff like that because maybe Bill knew, Bill, I'm assuming he knew that what Mayo's contract was, that it was in place to become the next head coach. It was supposed to happen not this upcoming season, the season after that. They accelerated it 1 year.
You guys enjoying the show? There's a few ways that you can support the Dan and Ninko Show. First being subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Or you can become a super fan. Go to danandninko.com. First month is 50% off, so it's only $5 to subscribe. That gives you an exclusive chat with Ninko and I on Discord, access to exclusive content, 15% off our brand new merch store, which has some really cool stuff in it, our members only merch, and you get notified when we have special guests on the show.
I can tell you from experience, I was on a 1-in-15 team in 2007, and I didn't play. Sucked. And when you suck, tension.
Yeah.
Tension with every relationship, because you're trying to figure out, where am I going to be? Where's my career going to go? You know who was on that staff was actually Todd Bowles.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He was a DB coach.
Oh, wow.
In 2007 for the Dolphins. That was with the Dom Capers was actually the D coordinator. It's freaking terrible, dude. We had no talent. No talent.
Yeah, Peasy.
You had Peasy. You had Peasy. Peasy was going to ball. They just paid Peasy a shit ton of money. He was doing whatever the hell he wanted. So
do you see the Patriots being like that right now? Like just dysfunctional, like big time dysfunctional?
I think you have to give it a little bit more time. You got to figure out. Now, the big question mark for me is these older coaches. Like you have, I think McAdoo's 50 or Van Pelt's like 50, right? 50 something. They're like in their 40, late 40s.
Van Pelt played like in the 90s or something like that.
Yeah, like I know he's an old quarterback, but if I was a head coach now, I would want what is the newest.
Yeah, but I think he tried that. I think he tried to get the youngest, because he interviewed Zach Robinson,
but
Nick
how
Haley.
do you, separate yourself from the value deals that you can get from the past.
Yeah.
The only way to get good players now and get good coaches is to pay them.
Yeah. which I don't think is
And
going to happen.
If they're not going to pay him, it doesn't. That's not
Like-
Mayo's fault.
Like
you know?
that scenario where like Justin Jefferson, you could trade for him, right? Like you would do that in a heartbeat if you just have a half of a brain, right? Because it's like I trade back 8 spots, I get the best receiver in the NFL, I get a first round pick next year, I still have the 11th pick in the draft or whatever, and I have like probably the best receiver in the NFL, but you don't think Kraft looks at it and goes, "Do I really want to pay that guy $25 million a year?"
Well, if you're Kraft, you're never going to have an opportunity to sign him in free agency.
That's what I mean.
So you would have to say, if we get him for 2 years, and
I
then
think
we
he's
could,
signed already.
yeah. But I'm saying if you traded for him,
Yeah.
you get his contract,
Yeah.
right? So you're going to have to pay him $50 million for the next 2 years, but you would never get a guy like that unless you hit a home run in the draft.
Yep.
You're
And
not
even
gonna-
then, you only get him for 4 years, and then you
yeah.
gotta.
So you could basically have him for 3 years, even though I'm sure a guy like that, if you say, well, we're franchise tagging you, he's going to say, well, I'm not showing up.
I don't know. Franchise tag so much money on wide receivers.
I know, but I'm saying
years
like
could be $30 million.
it could turn into an issue.
Yeah.
But if you trade for him, you basically have a year.
But you're also trading
2
for him.
years.
Like look at the value of it, right? You go down 8 picks, you get the best receiver in the NFL, and you get a first round pick the next year, which you obviously need. You need some picks because your team stinks. They're in a tough spot because I think no matter what, they have to get a quarterback, right? Like they have to. Whether it's a trade for like Justin Fields or you got to take the best possible quarterback at number 3 because that's your only hope to win games right now is to hit a home run on the quarterback position. That's the only hope for you to win games.
I went to the hockey game last night, shitty hockey game,
They got killed.
and I was with Hoyer, and I was asking him about the quarterbacks coming out. And I said, if you were drafting a quarterback, who would you go for? And he said, Carolina kid.
Oh, Drake May. They're saying he might
He
fall.
thinks Drake May. Well, I was asking him about the best quarterback in the league right now. And from his quarterback just opinion of being a quarterback, he thinks Josh Allen, skill set wise, is the best because he's so big.
skill set.
He can
Yeah, I
throw
agree
80
with that.
yards, and he could throw the ball 80 yards on the run.
I agree with that, but
Out
his
the
head
back
is
foot.
not.
But
or his understanding
It's like
of the game.
if you want to find a guy with similar skill sets, your arm strength and your ability to be a big person helps you. I think LSU, I think that kid might get hurt. You know, he's kind of slight.
But he's one of the better pocket passers, though, too.
I know, but he's 190 pounds.
Well, yeah, but he can easily get to 220, 210.
Yeah, give him the weight gainer.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you do.
But they have to hit. They have to hit on a quarterback. That's the only hope they have, right?
I would trade
For
back.
Fields.
Yeah, I'd trade out of 3. That's
But
what
but the problem
I got
is
to
though,
get a
is
quarterback.
You have to get a quarterback
I
when
gotta
you
get
trade
Fields.
out, though.
So here's
you got to
the
get
thing.
Fields.
If you're
then.
Chicago and you have that pick, right? You go with the young kid because then it gives you 6 more years of financial freedom from paying a quarterback. Justin Fields is what, 2 years away from getting.
No, you gotta exercise his 5th year option now, where he's a free agent.
I know. So you got to pay him.
Yeah.
He's the window of.
I think the Bears are gonna trade Justin Fields.
I think the Patriots should trade.
I think they should
for
too. If
Justin
you can give
Fields.
up like a 2nd round pick and get Justin Fields, and then I think then you stay at 3 though and take Marvin Harrison Jr.
So this is what I would do. I would get Justin Fields. You're not gonna. You think you could stay there?
Yeah,
At 3?
because if the Bears take a quarterback, the Commanders are going to take a quarterback, and then you have Harrison right there.
Okay. Let's say.
But if you try to
Let's
go
say-
back though, you have the Cardinals right behind you there, and the Cardinals are going
Yeah.
to go with Kyler Murray, so they're going to take Harrison.
Let's say that you get Fields. Okay. You land Harrison.
Yeah.
You got to get a tackle. Like that's the biggest.
But they're saying that there's 10 good tackles.
You
in
can
this
get a
draft.
tackle.
So you can get a
Your
tackle in
next
the second
pick has
round.
got to be a tackle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I'd bring in like Jacoby Brissett
Yeah, it's
to
like,
be a backup.
yeah. like the veteran mentor.
Veteran, like help. You know, he's been here. He knows New England.
Yeah.
He's been with that Van Pelt guy.
Yep.
Hopefully he's got an idea of the system.
Yeah.
Then through the draft, I mean,
I think though they are setting up.
end.
They're setting up though to draft a quarterback. I think because if you look at it, Van Pelt, what he's known for is being a good quarterbacks coach, like really good with the quarterbacks.
when is the draft?
April?
It's coming quick.
Yeah.
It's February 6th, right?
Yeah, I mean free agency's in 5 weeks. But Van Pelt is known to be very good with quarterbacks. They just had an interview with Jacoby Brissett, and he loved Van Pelt and all that. You got McAdoo now, who's like an assistant, but he is very good with quarterbacks. Like he's known to be. Why would
you hire Van Pelt, McAdoo, and a quarterbacks coach?
Well, see, that McAdoo though is still being paid by the Panthers because he was the OC there, so he's still being paid supposedly. So I'm sure he came in very cheap.
And the Panthers' offense was so freaking good last year.
No, I think he wasn't there last year. It was like 2 years ago. He got fired.
It was really good. Yeah,
yeah, I know.
That's when it was better.
But they probably brought him in because of the cheapness of him, and he has tons of experience, so he can help out Mayo on some stuff. Can help out there. Can help with that draft evaluation. But I think no matter what, they're getting a quarterback. There's going to be a new quarterback here in New England. I mean, I think my number one choice would be Fields and Marvin Harrison Jr. because it gets you 2 issues that you have of the 10 that you have. So you knock out 2. If not, I think it's drafting Jaden Daniels if he's there.
I gotta say something. I gotta say something to Mac Jones. I'm sorry, dude.
What?
I feel like that dude is
you've thrashed him
that
beyond belief.
I'm sorry.
What?
I'm sorry, man.
Oh God, my God.
I feel bad. Like the guy can't. Like
I'm not sure I understand
bad,
it either.
Surrey. I feel bad.
Fucking A.
I feel bad. Like, listen,
you
I
called him a whine. I said
he's
it the
a
other
whiner.
day.
Hey, you can't cry like that, dude. Not for me. But anyway,
oh my God,
I feel bad. Like it's not all on him.
I can't
it's
believe
not
you're
all
saying
on
this.
him. It's not. It's you think it's all Mac Jones's fault?
No, I was the one defending him for the longest time.
Well, now I think back on it, and I feel like yeah, he still hates my guts, but it's fine. Like he's gonna move on. Hopefully, he finds a good spot. Hopefully,
I think he's gonna end up in San Francisco.
I mean, it's just you can't even walk your dog without a hoodie.
Oh, I know.
You know, glasses, hat down, just
yeah.
That sucks.
It's because of you too.
No,
You're
it's
one of the
not.
ones leading the charge.
I mean, imagine like just walking around like like this.
Can't go to Target. You have a target on your back. Think he gets like egged or anything like that?
No.
Like people throw shit at him?
I just think it's imagine this. Just imagine. National championship. Drafted by the Patriots.
Pro Bowl your first year.
Quick walk on the stage.
Yeah.
Pro Bowl.
Playoffs.
Josh McDaniels. Knowledge. Offensive knowledge. Sky's the limit.
Bam!
God damn, that's bad.
I know.
So, I was thinking mid-flight, coming back from Aruba. I'm like, this fucking plane goes down, man. That's what bang.
It's Mac Jones'
what if this
career?
thing? I think I was in the movies. It's in my head. I'm like,
what are you thining? You're on Mac Jones' career?
I was.
Please make it before Matt Patricia. Please make it before Matt Patricia.
No, you remember Castaway?
Yeah.
And he's
Wilson?
like in the plane. He's like sleeping, and all of a sudden, and the plane goes, and he's looking out the window, and it's like, and he sees the water, and all of a sudden, just bang. That freaking.
You have intrusive thoughts.
I don't like flying. I thought
Good time to get a beer, I think.
It is time. It is time.
We got a really good one. Or a new one.
We got a new one.
Yeah. Maybe something that's probably not going to be seen in New England for a long time either.
Uh-oh. What is it? The Bill Belichick? Whoa. Fuck. Oh, my God.
Got a little
Vitamin
rings.
C.
6 rings from vitamin C. Probably not going to see a ring in New England for a long time.
I'm happy you said 6 because I was like, what's V1? I'm kidding. Well, why would they put 4 rings on it?
What?
There's 4 rings there. They should have had 6.
I think it's 6, right? VI is 6, isn't it?
I don't know. I'm not saying it. I mean, you would think it was 6 rings. I'm not. Don't judge my brain right now. But if you had, I mean,
6.
I would put 6 rings on it.
I don't know.
All right.
Maybe it's all that fit.
I'm Dan.
You got to do it. All right, 1 sip.
I went
Everybody
on a
knows the
train
rules.
yesterday twice into the city.
1 sip. Get a sniff.
Let's see. Oh, that smells good. Okay.
This is an India Pale Ale.
I love pale ales. Big pale ale guy.
That's good.
Oh my God, it's delicious. All right. I'm going 7-8. 7-8 on the score. 7-8. It's great. It's great. And I got what is this?
8.21.
7-8. And I got
8.21.
Who's
Is
a
it good?
cutoff? Do you think that's inspired by Bill Belichick? Huh?
Yeah. Not
Potentially.
gonna see that. Do you think Mayo's gonna have cutoff hoodies?
No. Can't do it.
You think game 1, if Bill's not in the NFL, do you think the first game that they'll do a Bill Belichick like tribute? Game 1?
They should.
I think they should. I think
If they
should.
don't, you know what that says?
Well, they were hugging and everything at the press conference.
Yeah, I know.
I think they should put Bill in the Patriots Hall of Fame with Brady.
I could say this. I was talking to Mayo. The other day.
Oh, you took out all the stuff?
I don't know.
It's
I
all
haven't
gone?
seen it. I haven't seen it yet, but I just said that was my idea. Keep a couple pictures up, but you gotta clear. You gotta
So
start
he cleared
fresh.
everything out?
I don't know. But I said, hey, you clean shit out? He goes, oh yeah, we got a fresh start. I said, great.
Maybe he's just talking about like clearing out like
I don't
the
know.
Belichick's
Papers
and
and shit.
like clear the Belichick's.
No,
out.
come on. Let's not be disrespectful.
Get to
here.
Washington.
I love Steve.
I think Steve
I
should have
hit him
been
up.
here.
I said, hey, if you
I think he
never
should have
need-
been here.
I want Steve to be here.
I think he should be. I don't.
Steve.
Here, what was
I'm
the?
just
What
gonna,
was
I'm
the?
just gonna say this. Maybe it's because I'm a media guy, and the crafts don't like Ninko, but I just tell it like it is. I'm trying to be as honest in my opinion as possible. Maybe I'm an asshole. Maybe I'm not an asshole. People laugh. They have fun with Ninko. Third person talk. It's all good. But this is what I thought was gonna be. I thought that Steve was gonna be the DC. Right?
Mhm.
I thought they would, anybody that brought good value, okay, you can retain. Anybody that potentially is because there was talk inside that building that Mayo was whatever, disgruntled or something. Somebody put that out there. Somebody reported that. So you don't know who's got your back, who's not. And if that was the case, I would have thought like, man, I'd love to go coach with those guys. I would have loved to, but you just don't, I don't know. It's such a damn big commitment. I'm getting recruited to go coach high school football in Tennessee. I feel like, remember the Titans, Ninko, let's go, baby. Come on.
Where in Tennessee?
Nashville, the DC. I'm getting recruited right now to be the DC in Nashville, Tennessee.
I love Nashville. I live there.
This is great. I mean,
You gonna do it?
Is it Ensfield or Emsworth?
I don't know.
It's a crazy private school.
Yeah, there's tons of them there.
Crazy. Like Tim McGraw's kids went there. Big boosters. A lot of parents. Hey, asshole, why aren't my kids playing? I'm a big booster here. Well, your kids suck, sir.
So there's another report that just came out on an interview. It's a bomb for the Boston audience is this. Bill Belichick didn't take any jobs. He interviewed with the Falcons and said, you know what? Arthur's going to fire a blank here. Atlanta's not ready to win. It was a nice interview, but I'm done. He's going to sit back. McCarthy's going to wet the bed again, and Jerry is going to fire him, and Bill is going to say, all right, Jerry, here I come, buddy. Let's go do it.
No.
And he's going to end up in Dallas next year.
We want ourselves some glory hole. Me and Bill.
But if Bill wants the wins record and everything, isn't the best place to go Dallas? because Jerry's going to spend any amount of money to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He'll listen to Bill, I think.
Will he?
Parcells worked with him for a
That's
while.
true.
I mean, I think Jerry will bully people that won't push back, but I think he knows that like where Bill stands in the hierarchy of football, and he probably will, bend to him a little bit. And here, what does that team need? But going back to the Patriots with Steve Belichick, the only thing for last year that was good on that team, right, was the defense. So why fuck with the defense if you have so many holes offensively? Why fuck around with the defense? Why change really anything?
You guys enjoying the show? There's a few ways that you can support the Dan and Ninko Show. First being subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Or you can become a super fan. Go to danandninko.com. First month is 50% off, so it's only $5 to subscribe. That gives you an exclusive chat with Ninko and I on Discord, access to exclusive content, 15% off our brand new merch store, which has some really cool stuff in it, our members only merch, and you get notified when we have special guests on the show.
I don't know. It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
Does shit make sense anymore? Does shit make sense to you though in this world that we live in? There's look at Instagram. I can't stand social media. It's fucking
You're on it
annoying.
all the
And
time.
I know we got Instagram, which I don't follow.
You're
us.
on it all the time.
I hate it sometimes. But like think about what we look at. Nothing makes sense right now. And I'm not getting into politics and bullshit like that. But nothing shit's crazy. Shit's
Patriots-
wild right now. It doesn't make sense.
The Patriots have just hired Alonzo Highsmith to their front office.
Who?
He was a senior executive for Green Bay from 2012 to 2017 as Elliott Wolf worked up the ranks. And he was a VP of player personnel for Cleveland in 2018-2019 when Wolf was the assistant GM. And he was GM of football operations in Miami since 2022. So Elliott Wolf is the general manager, right? I mean, I think that's very fucking clear.
Who hired Elliott Wolf?
Bill.
So
He's been there for a little bit now.
I know. So why is he bringing everybody from Green Bay?
Because that's where
All his buddies.
his dad
It's
was.
a buddies. It's
his
a
dad
good old
ran
boys
the-
thing.
His dad ran the Packers.
I know. His dad. He's a good guy. I don't know. What's he look like? Do I know him?
But that's the thing, though. So obviously Elliott Wolf's there, and then I'm very terrified because I was reading reports saying that if Elliott Wolf has the pick, he's going to pick an offensive tackle with the third pick in the draft.
I've never seen this guy.
He hasn't been there a long time.
When did he come back?
I don't think he came back. I think he just got hired here from
I
Cleveland.
know, but when he was with the Patriots or no?
I don't think so.
Director of pro scouting? When?
So he was a consultant with the Patriots in 2020 is when he started.
So he's been here for that long?
Since 2020, you've been
I've
retired.
never seen him.
Because you've been retired.
No, but I'm saying I've been in the building. I don't remember ever
He was
looking.
with the Packers from 2004 to 2017, and then he was the assistant general manager of the Browns from 18 and 19, and then he came to the Patriots. So basically, he
You know
is
what we
the
need to
GM,
do?
though.
All these executives and all these coaches got to set a football up on the field, right? Let's see you throw.
This should be good.
Let's see you throw. Can you throw a football? Can you throw it down the field? Can you run? Can you move? Can you tackle anybody? Can you catch a ball? Let's get the executives in front of the freaking machine. See if they can. They'd take one right off the
face.
freaking nose. Bang. Ah.
Well, it's because, see, you could go be a coach now because you'd be like Vrabel. It'd be too intimidating.
They
on
would
people.
be.
It'd be too intimidating.
Yes. Hey, you know what runs the world? Nerds. Nerds run the world.
You see the thing with the Red Sox now that they're going to have a Netflix series about this whole year with the Red Sox, like behind the scenes, like Hard Knocks.
Very cool.
It's fucking terrible.
I know. It's going to be.
That's another. I mean, John Henry should be run out of town. He's cutting payroll. They're like, I don't think they're even in the top 10 in payroll anymore.
Don't they have the biggest? Aren't they the most valuable? Like, aren't they one of the top 5 like franchises because of the history?
Yeah, it's them.
They're the most
Yankees and the
expensive
Dodgers.
ticket,
It's them, the Yankees and Dodgers.
and they're the worst on spending.
They're like I think they're like 12th right now. But they said in the offseason that they were going to go guns blazing and sign a bunch of free agents, and they've signed nobody.
Why don't people just not go?
That's the problem.
Like, what if opening day nobody was there? Imagine that. That would be a crazy.
But the thing is, I think you're losing like the real fans. I think at Fenway you're getting people that come for the experience. Like, they're not Red Sox fans; they're coming for the experience of going to Fenway Park.
Yeah,
I think.
they're walking on Yawkey Way and
yeah. I think that's what it is. I think a lot of the real fans are no longer there. Same thing with the Patriots, though.
Gillette, yeah, dude. I personally would have loved to play in the old stadium.
Yeah.
I hear people tell me all the time, like back when the Patriots sucked,
metal benches.
There were metal benches. People were getting in fist fights in the freaking stands. There were freaking.
It's like Bill's Mafia.
That's what the fan base you don't want you don't want people in the stands like, oh, when I was on Nantucket this weekend, my boat was low on fuel.
Those are the ones you hang out with.
Huh?
You hang out with those people.
No.
Yeah.
No. I sniff those out. Nope.
No, you don't.
Nope. I like.
Stop.
Nope. Excuse me, miss. My meal is not as hot as it should be, please.
Well, I still get like you go to.
I'm giving.
I don't get you go to a football game and get wine. I don't get that.
No, I don't get you go to a football game and there's
kind of like Cabernet. Like what?
When you go to a football game and it's raining, and you're like, I think I'll just stay in.
Yeah, it's cold.
It's a little too wet for me. I think I'm gonna stay inside the club level.
Yeah.
And you look up as a player and you're like, holy shit, like look at all those fans up there, and then fans down here, and then this middle section is empty.
They made them red seats too,
all
so you
red
can see
seats.
them everywhere.
It's just empty.
Yeah.
You're like, hey,
you should change the color of those seats.
Or this is, I mean, I know people are like, Nico's like a hater. Yeah, okay. Sometimes, you're like,
Mac Jones,
the best the Patriots have ever been, a Super Bowl team, and you might not be winning at halftime, and you're going into the stadium, into the tunnel, and you hear, boo, you suck. You're like, what? Okay, asshole. Just wait. You'll get yours.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things too. Like when people do that shit, like they do it with the Celtics, right? Like I was reading something the other day. They're like, the Celtics are collapsing. They're fucking 35-10. Like they fucking.
I blame the media.
Piss pound. Teams.
I blame the media, and I was doing the media thing, and I'll admit, media people suck. And when I was a player, I hated the media. But at least as a player,
you became one of them.
No, I don't consider myself. I'm not a beat writer. I'm not writing shit. I'd
shit
say
all over Mac Jones.
He just, you know what football's all about? I'm going to tell everybody what football's all about. On them? Nope. I'm going to tell you exactly what football is. I was the white guy, right? Defensive end, outside linebacker, blah blah blah. Always that guy, white guy. You know what?
Fumble guy.
When you go and you play and you ball out, you earn the respect of your peers. Doesn't matter who you are. If you can go out there and you can ball out and play at a high level, everyone respects you. Like, damn, that dude can play. Okay, that's who I want next to me. Okay, I respect that guy. Not the up and down, and then you have a shitty game and you're, come on, guys, we got to be better than that. No, motherfucker, you got to be better than that. Like, that's what football's all about. It's about earning the respect of everybody by your performance. So if you can't perform or you don't perform, all you got to do is look in the mirror. That's it. Like now, I think as we see what the roster turned into, I don't think everything that happened to the Patriots is on Mac Jones. I don't, because when he had Josh McDaniels, what the hell is that? When they had Josh McDaniels, you had a system in place where Mac came in and he was smart. Like, Mac's a smart kid. Came in, understood it, went out there, executed that. Okay. Now, Pro Bowl videos aside, with him grittying and all that bullshit and talking shit to people, which as a defensive end, okay, you want to talk shit? I'm going to freaking baptize your ass.
Campbell.
I'm going to drop some weight on your ass. I might hurt you on accident. Guys that don't say shit, you're better off. Just don't talk shit. But I think things definitely didn't help him. The roster movement didn't help him. And at the end of the day, I mean, I've said this. I don't think I've said this on the podcast. I don't think I've said this in any type of interview, but Bill Belichick is 15 wins away from the all-time list, right?
Mm-hmm.
The only person that should be upset about that or should like question that is Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
He should look at himself and say, damn, I would be the all-time leading. I wouldn't have to wait a year. I wouldn't have to sit a year out. I wouldn't have to wait for my next opportunity. If I paid Tom, if I gave him $30 million a year, if I paid the guys that instead of lowballing them or telling them like, hey, go ahead and you can move on, or you're too old, or, you know, there's no place for you here because you're, you know, I'm not going to pay a guy that's 33 years old. You would have kept a certain amount of guys together and you would have won 30 more games in the last 5 years.
I agree with that.
You might have won another Super Bowl. You might have won 50 more games.
Yeah,
and by
easily.
far been the number one all-time leading coach in the history of the game.
Yep.
And the only reason that didn't happen is stubborn.
Yep.
Hard head, ego. And when that gets in the way, all you got to do is look at yourself in the mirror. That's it. That's everybody. That's myself. You know, I've fucked up in my life. You look at yourself and say, damn, I take it. I blame myself. I didn't put myself in the right spot. I didn't make the right decision.
Yeah.
So I don't feel bad for Bill. Like, the guy's making $25 million.
Yeah.
I feel bad for certain players that potentially were the sacrificial lamb. Mac right now at this point kind of seems like a sacrifice a little bit.
Well, there's two things with that. Well, the report came out that Mac's quarterback coach from when he was a kid and kept going with him and everything told him to demand a trade after his first year when McDaniels left. So I'd assume that Mac went and did that.
And then maybe that's
what maybe led to that. But the stubbornness of Belichick, yes, he definitely made mistakes with Brady and all that stuff. You know, maybe sit Malcolm in the Super Bowl. But that same stubbornness got you 6 other Super Bowls.
I understand that.
You know, so like,
I think, you know what the worst thing that ever happened to everybody in the organization? Beating the Rams in that Super Bowl. I think it's
the last one.
The last Super Bowl. I think it pushed their
ego,
their egos, their mentality, their, you know, at any we could do this with anything. We could go find the next guy. We could go turn people. We could turn shit into gold.
Yeah, because that was like the worst team of all the Super Bowl teams.
It was just, and it was also, you lucked out. I mean, you lucked out. You should have played the Saints.
Yeah.
They should have been playing the Saints. A Tom Brady, Drew Brees Super Bowl.
That would have been cool.
You wouldn't have been able to fool Drew Brees with a freaking double mug in the A-gap and just play the same defense over and over and over again, and Jared Goff shits down his pants. You would have played Drew Brees, who would have checked out of it and beat your ass with checks and movement, just like Peyton Manning. It would have been such a great game.
Yeah.
But the NFL blew that one.
Yep. I agree with that.
So I think that after 2019, there was and then also an appreciation. I think at the end of the day, a lot of guys didn't feel appreciated for what they did, for the amount of effort, for the amount of sacrifice, all that stuff. And that's Tom. I don't think Tom felt appreciated for what he did.
See, but
I think at the end, that's what tears relationships apart. You know why people get divorced sometimes? People get divorced all the time because one person says, you don't appreciate what I do on a day-to-day basis. You don't acknowledge that I'm sacrificing my effort, my time, and I'm committed to this relationship. You don't see that. And then people fall out of love, right? It's the same thing in sports. If you don't recognize what people sacrifice and you don't recognize the effort and the what you put into it, and you just say, then you're just like, all right, screw this shit.
Yeah.
Like, it does. You don't value it as much as I do. Like, so
the only thing is, I think Bill valued it all. I just don't think he expressed it.
I think the mentality is, and then this is what football is, the mentality of the game is, it's changed. I think it's changing because the game has changed dramatically. But when I was playing, and it's still the same thing, it's how can we, as a business, because it is a business, how do we get the most out of this thing that we have here to make the most amount for the least that we're paying? And some teams don't care about winning. I think some, you look at, there's year after year after year after year of shitty football. Yeah. That just, they suck. That's because at the top, they're just like, hey, like, I'm going to make my $650 million. I think league sharing is at $850 million every year. Stupid. I get a check for $850 million. If not one person comes to my game and we lose every game, I'm still making money. Yeah. I'm making millions of dollars. Yeah. Until it affects you. Oh,
I don't think it'll ever affect them, though. It won't affect them.
No, it won't affect them. It won't affect them.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
They just have to have that competitive spirit. But the same thing, though, that stubbornness with Belichick, and people were like all over him for the Brady thing. Don't forget, though, in 2001, he was stubborn and kept Brady in when Bledsoe came back. Yeah, but if he doesn't do that, all the media wanted Bledsoe back in there. Like, everybody wanted Bledsoe back in there. And if he doesn't do that, if he does that, where you don't know what happens with Tom Brady.
No, I agree with that. But there's a part of being on a team, and like Drew Bledsoe, for example. Drew Bledsoe played a long time in the NFL.
Good quarterback.
I'm sure his experience is pretty tough to deal with.
They just paid him $100 million.
I understand.
It was the largest contract in
NFL history.
Imagine
being Drew Bledsoe, and he's come back and he's had a great relationship and done a lot of stuff, but it takes time. I mean, time heals all wounds, but there had to have been a moment where he was like, you know what?
Yeah, fuck this.
Fuck everything with this.
He's talked about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely has. But that stubbornness, we wouldn't be able to drink a delicious 6 rings beer because it would be a no rings beer.
That's true. Tom Brady and Bill Belichick together. Yeah. Did you see recently, I think Felger and Maz yesterday had what the hell? I'm having a brain fart. I can see his face right now. Lombardi?
Yeah.
Is it
Mick Lombardi? Mick.
No, is it Joe? No. He was here.
Yeah, Mick Lombardi, right?
Not Mick. Is it Mike Lombardi?
I thought it was Mick.
No, I think it's Mike Lombardi. They got into it. They got into like a little. TJ, can you pull that up? Type in Felger and Maz Lombardi argument. He was basically like, Bill doesn't care about you. Like, why would Bill care about you? Is it Mike Lombardi?
Yeah, it is Mike Lombardi.
Mike Lombardi.
There is Mick Lombardi though too.
Felger and Maz, Mike Lombardi. I wonder if they had it recorded. It'd been awesome. Because they were talking about how he's sitting there with his rings on. It's kind of wild though. Isn't it wild to think about the process? How shit's the last 5 years, how things have gone. Is it? Oh, it's right here. Yes.
Time for a tired BS.
All right, let's see what this is about. Because I've just listened to clips. All right.
See, there it is. Or is that the Delano? I don't have my glasses on. It's a Delano. It's right next to us.
That's where we are.
It's the
right
Luxor.
Hey,
the Delano. There's the Mandalay coming
Dude,
into
all these guys go out
joined
there.
by Michael Lombardi.
The Luxor,
For the record, I've taken nothing away from Bill during the Brady years.
They're in the Luxor?
That's in there. Come on.
His track record without him speaks for itself. See, this shows you how naive you are, and this shows you how you really don't know the guy you've been covering. Because if you think there's 1 ounce of him that he doesn't want to win, unless you've been in that building, you have no idea. And you've never been in the building.
He's 29-39 9 since Brady left. They haven't won a playoff game. They stink. Do you think Bill had a good functional relationship with Mac Jones?
I don't know. I've never seen the two of them
Oh,
interact.
so now you don't know? Wait a minute. I thought you were inside the walls, and I don't know what I'm talking about.
I think he's had a good functional relationship with everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Look, I think to me, you don't want to handle the truth.
That's why the guy ended up in Tampa.
Are we going to Dairy Queen after the game
Where he
here or
wouldn't
what?
mention the kid's name.
I've been with Al Davis, and you ain't no Al Davis, I can tell you that, all right?
Bill sort of intentionally hung him out to dry to prove a point to him or to the owner or to whoever, and it was just that downward
buying
spiral,
that,
Michael.
Are you buying that?
Some of it, yes,
You
for sure.
probably buying it. Lee Oswald was on the 6th floor, too. I feel like I'm Nathan R. Jessup on the stand here. You know, I'm going to order who ordered the code red?
No,
You ordered the code red on
I've been
Belichick.
waiting
There's
to
no
hear
doubt
from
about
Bill.
that.
I've been waiting to hear from Bill.
He's not going to talk to you. Why would he spend 5 minutes
I know
talking to you?
that. I know
Why would he
that.
spend 5 minutes talking to you? You have no idea
I know.
about anything, and he's going to lower
No.
himself to you.
No.
And,
Lower
talk to
himself.
Fegler because he was the almighty God.
F-E-L, Felger.
I enjoyed the hell out
Me
of it.
too. I've been waiting to hear from Bill, and there it was.
That's Felger, right?
Yeah,
God damn, he looks old as shit. What the hell happened to him?
he is.
He's old, huh?
Yeah.
I always wanted to just slap him.
Oh, he's a
Five finger.
Yeah, just a
Five finger
douchebag.
slap to the face.
All right, so now we're on the precipice of the Super Bowl here.
Okay, so this is my game plan. This is my game plan, right? Hear me out. 49ers.
We got to flip.
They're going to win. 49ers. This is how you do it. You don't run past the quarterback. D-line, we're going to crush rush the pocket. We're going to keep Mahomes in a phone booth. You run past him, he's going to step up, he's going to extend the play, and he's going to find somebody. You got to crush the pocket. You got to make sure he's uncomfortable. He makes decisions now sometimes when he's feeling pressure. Dumb shit. He'll throw it on the left hand. He'll like fall down, he'll throw you a ball. You got to make sure that you don't or if you run past him, you're wrong, okay? Bosa.
Yeah.
Don't run past him, Bosa. I know you got all the muscles and
Bosa,
you're
like, runs
you're
past everybody.
taking all the proteins, right? Wink, wink. Make sure you stay in front of the quarterback. Kelsey, 87, wherever he's at, he cannot release free. He cannot run down the field with nobody touching him. If he's in line, if you're a defensive end and you don't put your hands on him and you don't mess him up a little bit timing-wise, you're fucking wrong and you're going to get your ass beat. Like all these other teams, they let him release, clean as can be, runs in a zone, finds the open space, turns around, big play. If Kelsey has less than 5 receptions, you stop the run and keep Mahomes in a tight pocket, you're going to kick the fuck out of the Kansas City Chiefs. You're going to kill them, right? Sorry for my language, kids. But Kansas City can't stop the run. We saw that against Buffalo.
Yeah.
You got Christian McCaffrey.
Buffalo does not have like a great
No,
running game.
you got Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
You got Trent Williams.
Fucking feed it to McCaffrey.
Feeding McCaffrey. Debo on reverses, right? Missile motion, sweep to Debo. Get the ball going, misdirection. Use Shanahan's, brains with the offense. Brock Purdy, don't throw an interception. Use your legs when you can. If they come up the field, you know that Kansas City's going to bring the heat.
Yeah.
That's what they do. They blitz. So guess what?
Get it out quick.
Unlike Lamar, who Lamar couldn't figure it out, if they blitz, where there's 2, there's 1 hot, right? Which means it takes 2. This is what it is. It takes 2. If 2 guys come, you got to have somebody right there, like Tom Brady, and throw a nice little slant or slow a nice little swing pass.
Is this what you do in flag football?
What?
Is this what you do in flag football?
No, the kids are like, what? What are you
Run a
talking
candy
about?
cane. Run a candy
Coach,
cane.
what are you talking about? I'm like, shut up, kid. Run fast. If I hit you in the face with the ball, that's on your hands. Okay? Anyway.
So
that's what they're gonna do. That's only 2.5. I think the spread's 2.5. It's basically a pick 'em. It's a pick 'em game.
No, 2.5 is 2.5.
No,
That's a tough
that's a
one.
field goal. It's gonna be. I think 47.5 is the over under.
That's what I think.
I'm going under.
Ooh.
Under on the 47.5. And I'm taking the 49ers. And I'm gonna text Bosa all this, but he won't. So he won't see it because he doesn't follow me.
I really don't want to hear this. I'm sick of hearing.
I'm so
this
sick
whole
of
Mahomes is better than Brady
Oh my God,
thing.
it's so annoying.
It makes me want to vomit.
It's
like it's not even close.
He's got 2 Super Bowls. He's a good player.
Yeah,
yes,
great player.
he's a great player.
That was like they did it a while with Rodgers too. Remember, it was like, was Rodgers better than Brady? And it's like, yes, is Patrick Mahomes more athletically gifted than Brady?
If I see another Kelsey commercial with vaccinations and 2 shots
Make
at
a lot of
once,
money.
they're making tons of money. As Kelsey's doing the hot sauce on his wiener or hot dog or whatever it is, and the Reese's cups and all this shit, like they're making a ton of money. Great, I love it. Make as much money as you can.
It's gonna be all over the Super Bowl.
It's gonna be so annoying.
And then Taylor Swift too.
I know.
She's flying back from
what's
Japan.
gonna, you know what's coming next?
You see the embassy issued a statement.
You know
to
what's
say
coming
that she
next?
Can make it
You know
there
what's
on
coming
time?
next? The
What?
Kelsey and Taylor Swift. We support Cardi. We support shuffle feet. No, I'm kidding. I don't. We never do politics here. I can't do it. Can't do it. Like hey, where's the ice cream? Where am I right now? Oh shit, I'm on TV. Sorry, everybody. I know I'm in Mass. I'm in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Hey,
No, we're in
Sanctuary
New
State.
Hampshire-
Open your home.
right now.
Open your home up to anybody if you want. Just let them sleep with you.
Do you
Hey,
see?
open beds. Open beds. Hey, come on in. Come on. I worked hard. Paid taxes.
No, you should. Your duty. Your
That's
your
it.
duty.
Hey, that's it. Just
You
hey,
got plenty of space. You
come
can
on.
You can have a bunch.
hey,
Do you see
taco night tonight. I love chips and salsa.
Jesus Christ, Rob.
What am I so?
All right. Did you see the thing with Biden though the other day that he had an interview and he was talking about how he just met with this French president, but the guy died like 10 years or 20 years ago or something like that. But he said he had just met with him.
Hey, Vince McMahon. I'm out on this. I already said my piece.
Travis Kelce.
But it is taco night in the Ninko home tonight. We're
like-
going to do enchiladas, maybe chicken enchilada.
I think there'll be a Corvette that rolls up with Biden. The window goes down, and then
I am 40,
Taylor
I am 40
Taylor
years
Swift
old
blasting in the background, and then Kelsey leans over.
Shake it up. Shake it up. Ah. Jeez. I am 40. So what that means is Corvettes are cool.
Yeah,
I'm at midlife, dude. I'm not making 80. I'm
You're
not
over
making 80.
midlife.
I'll be like
over midlife.
No, 72. And I'll
Isn't
be
like
so
isn't the average
fucked up.
age like 72 or 73 or something?
I think it is. And I'm a big guy. I'm like an English Mastiff.
A third of it.
I always think like, is that chest pain a heart attack, or is that just a football
Indigestion.
pain, or is that heartburn? Oh no, what are we doing? Oh, I thought you were pulling it up.
What is TJ pulling up?
What is it? I don't know. I'm scared. Drive across the country in a single tank of gas.
You look at the totality of the year. If you had to describe it, and it's tough to do, in one word, what would that word be, and tell me why?
New York. This is a place where every day you wake up, you could experience everything from a plane crashing into our trade center to a person who's celebrating a new business that's open.
What?
This is a very, very complicated city, and that's why it's the greatest city on the globe.
Oh my god!
You look at the
my-
totality
How is this
of the
not
year.
everywhere?
It's the New
This
York.
is December 17th.
You could have a plane
Are
crash into you.
Oh my!
You could get a nice slice of pizza, or you get mauled by a rat. Greatest city in the
This
on the
is
planet.
New York. You could be a police officer and be brutally beaten by people that were sent here from Texas who came illegally over the border, and then we just let them go, and whatever. That is ridiculous. What an idiot.
All right, so we got to make our picks since we're tied.
You guys enjoying the show? There's a few ways that you can support the Dan and Ninko Show. First being subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Or you can become a super fan. Go to danandninko.com. First month is 50% off, so it's only $5 to subscribe. That gives you an exclusive chat with Ninko and I on Discord, access to exclusive content, 15% off our brand new merch store, which has some really cool stuff in it, our members only merch, and you get notified when we have special guests on the show. Tied.
Do you have a quarter?
Tied.
Do you have a quarter?
Yeah, I want the 49ers.
I want the 49ers. We can't do that.
Do you have a quarter, TJ, or a coin?
Fuck.
We have to flip for this.
I'm gonna lose. And how about the puck?
Yeah,
use the
we'll
puck?
flip the puck.
All right, the 617 Lord Hobo puck. All right,
So 617.
617. You
Yeah.
get the 49ers.
Yeah.
Lord Hobo, I get the 49ers.
All right.
Okay? Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
It's got to
Now,
flip.
where
though.
it lands, we got to flip it? Or
No,
it's just where it lands?
just where it lands. No, you actually got to like flip the puck though. Yeah.
All right, that's you.
Yep.
That's me.
Yep. Wherever it lands.
There you go. You almost got excited.
I thought it was it.
No.
Fuck.
That's it. That's the puck, baby.
I don't want the Chiefs.
Well, you might
I
win.
picked them last week.
You might win. This is
I
actually.
don't want them to win because I don't want to hear the whole fucking Brady,
back to
Mahomes
back,
thing.
304,
Yeah.
blah blah blah, dynasty, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
So,
And I don't think they're going to win either. I think the 49ers are going to win.
all right. Well, I got the
Well,
49ers.
that's what you got, yeah.
That would give me the win for the year. I mean, it's amazing that we finished tied,
Going
right?
into this.
Just space docking on the tying.
I know. I swept you last week.
Over your
Were
head.
you scream-
Anyway,
What?
nothing. I'm not saying
Oh.
it. I only said it once. It's only for people that know what I'm
Okay.
saying.
So then how pissed were you with Dan Campbell last week?
Take the points, Dan. Hey, man, if I could tell you one thing, it'd be don't pass up 3. Come on, man. 6 points, you lose by 3. God damn it. I'll be a freaking...
But it was multiple times throughout the whole game.
Hey, man, we're going to live and
He
die.
kept doing it.
By the 4th and 1. Coming stone cold.
He
Steve
kept
Austin.
doing it.
Huh?
He just kept doing it. It wasn't like just once. He just kept going for it. It was terrible.
And
KVN's a little upset with his loss, too, by the way. I don't know if you talked to him.
who?
Kyle.
I know. He wanted to really...
I mean, the defense played well enough to
No,
win
it was
that game.
Lamar. Why was Lamar not running or using his legs? Why on 3rd and 1
Yeah.
would you not scramble?
Yeah, just roll him out.
You
Give him the option.
Run, yeah, run.
Yeah.
You're the leading.
Well, the thing is, he's so fast, right? If you just roll out, you should be able to make the edge for a yard, right?
I think his knees bothering him. Maybe
The
that
PCL?
PCL. He's a little afraid. Odell was like, "Dude, what are we doing, man? You see that?
Yeah.
The clip.
Yeah. That was not good. The offense did not look good. But
Maybe you got the under the table.
that Harbaugh's hasn't really
Hasn't
won many big games. Does well in the regular season, doesn't really do too well in the playoffs.
Well, we got another Harbaugh.
Yeah, I know you got 2 of them now.
Yeah, 2 of 'em.
Fuck.
Crazy guys.
Yeah, he's the crazier one though. See what he said about who did he say it about? One of the writers had said something about like Herbert's not good, and he said, well, when you get fired from your job at the sports station or whatever, then you come be my water boy or something like that.
A little intense there, huh? Harbaugh.
I know. Who's gonna be more intense though, him or Campbell?
I'd say him because he's like Campbell is physically kind of intimidating, but Harbaugh has that like serial killer,
Yeah, I
like
know.
skinny glasses.
Imagine
like,
he wants like something from his GM. He walks in, puts like a glass of milk down, like he just starts staring at him, drinking the milk
just like,
in the Dockers.
hey, yeah.
Yeah. I
All
think
right.
that's a wrap for
That's a wrap for 123.
123.
But everybody have a lovely Super Bowl weekend. We will probably do a wrap here on the season and victory lap for Ninko because I won the puck toss. And yeah, maybe we should turn this thing into a political thing, huh? What do you think? Poll?
Dan and
Poll it?
Ninko
Political?
Politico?
Huh?
Politico?
What do you think?
We could start covering the primaries across the country.
Yeah, it'd be great. Go to them, the rallies. Go to rallies. We'll watch the.
I don't know if I can do that.
The
I think I'd rather go to like a fucking Bills Mafia tailgate.
That'd be fun. I would do that.
Yeah.
But all right.
All right. We'll see you
Thanks,
guys next
everybody.
week. Check us out on danandninko.com, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Subscribe to YouTube, and we'll see you guys next week.